Hello students, unit number 1 evaluation. So in this video we are going to see the 1 mark questions and answers with the explanation. It is very useful in writing the examinations. Right. Now first question, let us go choose the correct answers. The first question, the inertia of body depends on weight of the object, acceleration due to gravity, mass of the object, both A and B. So in general, we know the inertia is depend on only mass. So the weight of the object, the acceleration of gravity are not related to inertia concept. So the first question answer is mass of the object. Right. Now let's go to the second questions. The impulse is equal to rate of change of momentum, rate of force and time, change in the momentum, or rate of change of mass. Now according to the definition of impulse, J is equal to change in the momentum, that is mv minus mu. So the necessary answer is change in the momentum. Third question, Newton's third law is applicable to for a body at rest, a body in a motion, both A and B, only for the bodies with equal masses. In general, the Newton's law is applicable to both the object in rest as well as the object in the motion. So the correct option is both A and B. Then fourth question, plotting a graph for a momentum on x-axis and time on y-axis, the slope of the momentum time graph gives impulsive force, acceleration, force, then rate of force. Suppose if we draw a graph and this is time x-axis and this is momentum. So if we get graph like this and if we take a slope and this slope is given, this is take this delta p momentum, okay, and this is delta time. So according to Newton's second law, we know the f is nothing but equal to rate of change of momentum, that is delta p by delta t. So the necessary answer is force. In which of the following sports the turning effect of the force is used? Swimming, tennis, cycling and hockey. So if you see all these four options, swimming, tennis and hockey, they are all done by man, but cycling is done by the man but with the help of the machine. So in machine we need effect of force will make a turning effect. So the answer is cycling. The unit of G is ms minus 2. It can be also be expressed as centimeter s minus 1, Newton kilogram minus 1, Newton meter square kilogram minus 1, centimeter square s minus 2. How will you find this answer? We know W is equal to mg. The unit of weight we know Newton and mass we know kilogram into G. Therefore, G is equal to Newton per kilogram, or otherwise we can write Newton kilogram minus 1. So the correct answer is n kilogram minus 1. Okay, right. Then go to question number 7. 1 kilogram force is equal to 9.8 dyne, 9.84 into 10 power 4 Newton and 98 into 10 power 4 dyne and 980 dyne. So what is the answers here? Right. So 1 kilogram force means the answer is here 98 into 10 power 4 dyne. Right. How this answer came? We know 1 kilogram force is equal to 9.8 Newton and 1 Newton is equal to 1 into 10 power 5 dyne. By comparing to this equation, we can write 1 kilogram force is equal to 9.8 into 10 power 5 dyne. So this can be written as 98 into 10 power 4 dyne. So this is the answer. So 9k into 10 power 4 times. Then go to the next question. The mass of the body is measured on the planet Earth as m kg. When it is taken to a planet of radius half that of the Earth, then its value will be as kg. 4m, 2m, m by 4, m. So according to our theory, any object will have a constant mass at any place. Even though it is planet இருந்தாலும் சரி, அது வேற எந்த planet போனாலும் சரி தான், whatever be the change in the radius, the mass should be remains constant. So the answer is yeah. Right. If the Earth shrinks to 50% of its real radius, its mass remains the same. The weight of the body on the Earth will be. Right. What is the answer? Whether it be decreases by 50%, increases by 50%, decreases by 25%, increases by 300%. Right. We know the formula. W is equal to mg and G is equal to Gm by R square. Okay. Right. From the question, if the Earth shrinks to 50% of the real radius, that means R is equal to 50% means R by 2. When substitute this, you get G dash is equal to Gm by R by 2 whole square here. So that will be equal to Gm by 4 Gm by R square. Right. So new weight W dash should be equal to M into G dash. So this can be written as 4 into G. Therefore, M into 4G or 4mg. Here, the previous weight is mg. Now, the new weight is 4mg. Therefore, the weight is increased here. So, the increased weight should be equal to 4mg minus mg by mg into 100. So, increased weight percentage in percentage, that is equal to 3mg by mg into 100. Cancelling mg to get 300%. Okay. So even though there is a shortcut method, if the radius is shrinks, G is increased. G increases means the weight is completely increased. So there is no chance for coming A and C. So only between B and D only will be the answer. By substituting all this idea, you can get the answer increases by 300%. Then choose the correct answer. Last question. To project the rockets, which are the following principles are required? Newton's third law of motion, Newton's laws of gravity, and laws of conservation of momentum, both A and C. So according to the theory, we know when a rocket is propelled, it is the eject of fuel, and here this is called Newton's third law, because so here the Newton's third law is applied. If the fuel eject the force on the earth ejects the equal amount of force here. So while traveling, it loses its mass, so the velocity is increased. So here it is the law of conservation of momentum is applied. Conservation of momentum is applied. So both A and C is correct. Then next go to the fill in the blank. To produce a displacement, dash is required. So in the beginning of the lesson, already I told, any object is placed, in order to make a displacement in its position, an unbalanced force is needed. What is needed? Unbalanced force is needed. So the answer is unbalanced force or force. Anything you can write. Unbalanced force. Force. Anything you have. The passenger leans forward when sudden brake is applied in moving a vehicle. This can be explained by. ஒரு வண்டியை போயிட்டே இருக்கிறோம், பிரேக் பண்ண உடனே நாம் என்ன பண்ணுறோம், முன்பக்கம் வளைகிறோம். ஏன் கேட்குறாங்க? ஆல்ரெடி இன்னும் there are three type of inertia of motion: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Here our body is continue to be in the motion state. So here the answer is inertia of motion. By convention, the clockwise movement is taken as dash and the anti-clockwise movement is taken as dash. So this is direct question. We know the clockwise movement means it has negative value. and the anti-clockwise moment means it has positive value. Okay. So next question, dash is used to change the speed of the car. Here, maybe we use accelerator or something. Dash is used. We can use accelerator here. Okay, to change the speed of the car. A man of mass 100 kg has a weight dash at the end. Right, we know the formula W is equal to mg. M they given in the book 100 kilogram and G is 9.8. So multiplying it with 980. So the answer is 980. Then third part, state whether the following statements are true or false. Correct the statement if it is false. The linear momentum of the system of particles is always conserved. Either true or false. Here, this is false because the linear momentum of the system of the particle is always conserved. When means in the absence of external force. Only in the absence of external force, the linear momentum of a system of particles is always conserved. Question just in the absence of external force add panna force. Okay, right. Second statement. The apparent weight of a person is always equal to his actual weight. So regarding this, you have seen four options with respect to the lift. So in the four cases, there may be a possibility of maybe an increase in weight or decrease in weight or equal to weight. So the apparent weight as always is equal to its actual weight. The false statement is false. The apparent weight of a person is replaced not always by not equal to his actual weight. Okay, right. The weight of the body is greater at the equator and less at the polar. So, for regarding this answer, you have to know the two formulas. One is W is equal to mg and another one is G is equal to Gm by R square. Here, the G is inversely proportional to R square. Okay, that means when R decreases, G increases. R increases, G decreases. Now read the question. Weight of the body is greater at the equator. So in equator region, the R is maximum. In polar region, the R value is minimum. Okay, so the statement is false. So you have to write the weight of the body is less at the equator and greater at the polar region. அல்லது replace equator by poles and poles by equator. Anything is how to write. Okay, but generally statement is false. Then fourth question. Turning a nut with a spanner having a short handle is so easy than one with a long handle. Here you have to know the equation. Torque is equal to force into distance. Here the torque is directly related to D. Here D mentions the handle. Then suppose if the length of the handle is very long, it produces more amount of torque, then the turning will be very easy. So the turning a nut with a spanner having a short handle is so easy than one with a long handle. அப்படிங்க கேட்கும்போது நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்னா just make this statement as a wrong. Having a short, replace short handle by long handle and long by short. That's all. So turning a nut with a spider having a long handle is so easy than one with a short handle. That is the required answer. There is no gravity in the orbiting space station around the Earth, so the astronaut speeds weightlessness. So in the theory, already you know the weightlessness is due to the orbital velocity. So here, just you write the astronauts. The statement is called the astronauts feels weightlessness. Feels weightlessness, or the astronauts are falling freely around the Earth due to huge orbital velocity. So this is the correct answer. The astronaut speeds weightlessness due to huge orbital velocity, or the astronauts are falling freely around the Earth due to the huge orbital velocity. Right. Next question, match the following. So the match the following: first Newton's first law, second law, third law, law of conservation of momentum. Here the proportion of bracket given, state of equilibrium of a body, law of force, flying nature of a bird. That's all. Now you just match the following. Newton's first law. Newton's first law states inertia. So from this option, what is the answer means? The stable equilibrium of the body is the first option answer. The Newton's second law, already we know the law of force. So this is B. And Newton's third law, here you have two concepts, proportion of bracket, flying nature of, even though both are respecting Newton's third law. But the D option is law of conservation of momentum. So for this we have to give one answer. So Newton's third law, now you apply to flying nature of a bird, and law of conservation of momentum, propulsion of the racket. So this is the required answers here. Right? Okay. Now we go to the assertion and reasoning. The sum of the clockwise moment is equal to sum of the anti-clockwise moment. The principle of conservation of the momentum is valid if the external force on the system is 0. Now view both the assertion and reason. The sum of clockwise moment is equal to sum of anti-clockwise moment. It is also true. The principle of conservation of momentum is valid if the external force on the system is 0. According to the law, this is also true. But the moment and momentum are not related to each other. So both, the answer is both assertion and reason are true. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Is not the correct explanation of the assertion. You don't worry, the option should be given in the question paper. Okay, so just understand the concept and choose the option. Then second question, the value of G decreases as height and depth increases from the surface of the earth, and G depends on the mass of the earth. So according to theory, G is equal to Gm by R squared. You know, this G is very related to latitude and altitude. So when we go to altitude, the G decreases, and if we go to depth, it also decreases. So this is right. So G depends on the mass of the object on the earth. If you see this formula, here G is gravitational constant and M is mass of the earth and R is radius of the earth. So the G depends on the mass of the object is a false concept. So the answer is assertion is true, reason is false. Okay, right. So these are the evaluation questions in the first lesson. We will see through the next video in the next lesson evaluation. Thank you.